Hey, Shalom, Israel. First and foremost, I want to give all praises, honor, glory, and fear to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, of course, Yahweh, who the world ignorantly calls God, and Yahweh Shai, who the world ignorantly calls Jesus Christ. I want to give double honor to the elders and apostles of Great Millstone that taught us this truth, and peace and salutations to the hopefully elect. Uh, I've done this testimony before, but of course, as always, the Spirit, leads a brother to do these certain epistles and things, man. So I want to, quick story slash testimony, um, about, the Lord protecting me and delivering me from incarceration, man. I never been to prison, man, but the county, yeah, man, and the majority of the time, and I've been through the chastisement and judgment of Yahweh Shema Shai. I've been a few times, and the majority, trust me, it wasn't warranted carnally. Now, spiritually, it's all from Yahweh Shema Shai. But basically, what I'm saying is, I like falsely accused of some things, man. And I had to, endure that. So I'm going to just go with the Spirit and try to let the Spirit flow. And because honestly, I'm just let it go because there's so many times I've been in there that my memories kind of overlap each other, but we'll try to pull it off, and then I'll bring out a few precepts, man, and I pray this be edifying and motivating. And this is, all in relation to that hour of temptation and this coming persecution of the ones that fear Yahweh Bahashem Yahweh Shai, because we do know in relation to prophecy, hey, that these things are gonna happen, and some brothers and sisters are gonna lose their lives, for the name Yahweh Shai, Yahweh Bahashem Yahweh Shai. And some brothers, will receive divine intervention from Yahweh Bahashem Yahweh Shai during those trying moments, man. So we take the time through the Spirit to tell our brothers and sisters that, if we have these experiences, that's why we testify that this is what happened, and guess what, this is what the Lord did. So we will have what the Bible say, hey, these things were, written for our learning, so everything in the Bible was written as well as these epistles, and of course our testimonies, our own individual situations that we go through with Yahweh Bashim Yahweh Shai. All right, so we'll get straight into this. This is, again, it all runs together. If I'm not in the truth at this point, I'm very, very new. Heck, I'm still, a new brother, in the truth anyway. But, let me see my Bible. I think I came in 2018 is when I saw the prophets in Mississippi on YouTube. So I really don't remember if this was before or after. I think it was right after, man. I don't know, man. This might have been the same year. So let's just say I woke up June 2018. This happened in November. So I'm still, fresh, man. All right. So I'm not like keeping the law, statutes, and commandments to the best of my ability. I'm just kind of learning, coming back to who we are and things at this time. All right. So here we go. This is around so-called Thanksgiving time. I have a daughter. I live in Georgia. My daughter lives in Tennessee, and I don't see her a lot. I don't want to get into that. Long story short, she's down here for fall break, and my daughter's 13. Now she'll be 13 actually at the end of this month, and it's just been hell. Like, we all catch hell one way or another. It's just been hell having a child with this type of woman that I have a child with. And up until recently, through the Spirit and power of Yahweh Shema Shai, my parents and my baby mama, they were basically making decisions, about my child without me. They can deny it all they want to. The father knows, man, it's my child. And I didn't feel like it was the truth. They, try to deny it, but they were having these conversations, doing things, buying things, all type of crap that I really don't want to get into in this, epistle. But basically, in a nutshell, they were communicating and doing things without the actual father. For you brothers that have heard my epistles before I was in the military, so I must say, hey, my mind is not the best after all that Iraq stuff and doing that stuff at a very young age. I went in the military when I was 17, and I did 3 deployments before I was 21 in a combat unit. So, my mind isn't the best. Now the Lord, he helps get me through. All right, but my mind just ain't gonna be good to we're perfected. All right. But I got a strong enough mind to prophesy. That's all that really matter. All right. But as far as like being social and things like that, it's just been an issue, man. But okay, so here we go. Being that it's so-called Thanksgiving, being that I'm, kind of new to the truth, I'm still like putting on a front, if you will, because I do know about, these wicked so-called holidays, man. But all right, it is the day after so-called Thanksgiving, and I'm, with my child, and I was at my parents' house with my child, and the next so-called holiday, of course, is with that wicked pagan holiday, Christmas, man. But my daughter, I'm new to it, so I'm still entertaining this, and I told my daughter basically to make a Christmas list, okay. And when my daughter was done with the Christmas list, and this is like it triggered me, man. And I told her, to give it to me, and she said she didn't want to give me the list because my parents were gonna be the ones that would get the things anyway. Wasn't her exact words, all right, but that's what she said. All right, I'm gonna give it to Granny, because they're gonna be the ones to get it anyway. That hurt my feelings, and this was all through the spirit of power, Yahweh Shema Shai, and I see that now, as I've matured, in this truth. But when she said that, I've had these conversations with my baby mama and with my parents concerning the fact that they're doing too much, and they're leaving me out, and they're making decisions, and they're, I didn't have a lot of money at the time. I was, like, just going through the struggles that we go through, man, as men. All right. So I didn't have a lot of money. My parents, they're well off financially. So they were using that to usurp authority over, me concerning my child in the story. That's what they have been doing since my child has been upon the earth, man. And they, they'll try to say, because I got these mental issues or whatever, or they stepping up, and nah, that's not the case, bro. They're just all 3 of them. All right, and I love my parents, and things have calmed down since, but during these seasons, it was action packed, and I would constantly bring it up. I would get in, all type of altercations, but this night, all right, I brought it once my child told me that my mama was downstairs. I think she was cleaning, doing something. And I told her that, keep in mind, I have brought this up plenty of times before. So it's, the truth or hurt, right? And a hit dog or holler, right? And the truth hurt, when you telling the truth to people and you rebuking, all right, through the spirit and power of Yahweh, Shema Shai. I'm not aggressive when I'm down here. Because I was actually hurt, all right? But I simply told my mama what my daughter said in relation to what I've been saying all those years that my daughter has been alive, okay, or the few years that she's been alive. I've been saying this, and guess what? My child is just proving that this is what she sees. She thinks that I don't do anything for her, all right, and that it's you guys that do all this, all right. So once I told her that, my dad was outside washing his vehicle. I went outside and I went to tell him that. So just so they would know and see where I was coming from, that I was telling the truth, man. And when I got out there, my mom, all right, and look, man, my mom is a different type of female. She barely curses or anything, man. But let me tell you something, very, very soft spoken. I've only heard my mama use, 2 so-called curse words in my whole life. You understand me? She like that, very, very clean, soft spoken. I don't think she ever got in a fight. My mom was like that, But She is a woman, and my dad is supposed to be a so-called like assistant pastor, you know what I mean, and all that old stuff. And you know how they go with they in the Christian church, so they think they some holy rollers. Okay, so I say that to say, a spirit's on my mom. I said a hit dog or holler. All right, if you call out that spirit, that Jezebel spirit that was on my mom. You know what I mean? Everything's a little bit better now. I keep stating that, but it was lit back then. Um, my mama was hurt. Like she was triggered. She was triggered because the truth was out, and the truth is the truth, and basically she was exposed. All right, my mama and daddy was exposed through my daughter telling the truth through the spirit and power of Yahweh Shema Shai. So she didn't like that. All right, trust me, she didn't like being wrong. My parents don't like to be wrong, like most Israelites don't, especially older Israelites. They don't like to be wrong. They're so prideful and puffed up, especially when they claiming to be godly people. So all right, she's already pricked through the spirit. She hurt. The truth is coming out through my daughter. Thank the water how about Shema Hausha, and I called it out. And by the time I was out there to talk to my dad and tell him, here comes my mom, and all hell kind of broke loose. All hell kind of broke loose, and we pretty much ended up getting into it. Before I could even tell my dad, my mama came out there because she didn't want me, or her spirit knew that I was going to tell the truth. That Jezebel spirit that was on my mom knew I was finna go say the same thing to my father, and they were going to be exposed. Man, I'm telling y'all doing too much. Y'all doing too much, and it's way deeper than I can get in this story. All right, but long story short, man, I end up, and this is all truth, man. I'm just coming into, the wisdom, knowledge, and understanding of this thing of ours. But I mean, my mama had these little statues that's supposed to be angels, and we know this the graven image. All right, that's a commandment. We're not supposed to have that, and anywhere around your dwelling place and all that. And so my mama had these little knickknacks. But when I first came into the truth, when I knew that about the 10 Commandments and not having those idol things and those graven images, I would throw them away, the ones that she had on her shelf. So she had like one or two that I threw away. All right. Now this night she had a big one while we were, arguing, and I lost it. You know what I mean? I lost it. It was getting out of control, and all I did was simply go to the back. I picked up this ugly ass. It was already broken. This cement statue. It's like a female figure with wings. You know what the one I'm talking about? It was supposed to be like an angel, but we know that ain't nothing but idolatry. And I broke it. You know what I mean? During the heated, exchange that we was having, I picked it up and I broke it. All right. And, I said some things, real aggressively. All right. And I left and went back to my apartment. I stayed about 7 minutes away. And hell, I thought that was it. I was fine. Man, I get a freaking phone call when I'm back at my house. I'm at my apartment. And who is it? It is the police. The police done called me because my parents done called the freaking police on me for breaking this ugly piece of crap statue after all that crap, because I was very, very passionate about my possessions, which is my child. Now I know the Lord had given me this, but like I say, they were usurping authority over me the entire time my daughter has been on the earth. Ain't no joke about it. I'm not gonna play about that. I'm very passionate about my possessions. All right. So a police officer, man, basically he told me he coming to get me. I could have had a heart attack right then, man. I felt like my heart like dropped. One, I was not expecting that, man. You know what I mean? Wasn't expecting that. I done went home. I think I probably took a shower and stuff, and then calmed down and wasn't too much worried about it. And here I get a phone call from police talking about, man, he coming to get me. And if you ain't there, it's gonna be a warrant out and all that shit. So I've never had that happen, like a police officer call me and tell me he coming to get me. But yeah, man, he came, and I went, and they locked me up, man, in the county. But here we go, man. This is like the whole point of this in the testimony of Yahweh Bahashem Shah, or how it goes, man. Remember, Daniel and the lions den, all right, and all the other stories that we heard, about certain brothers being persecuted or trying to be persecuted, and the Lord was there and protected those brothers, all right, and sisters, all right, even in relation to our exodus, all those miracles that the Lord did. This is what we have to remember, all right. This is like a lighter thing compared to what happened then and what we're getting ready to go through, but it is a testimony just to show you kind of how the Lord get down, all right. If you're on the right side of this, again, I'm speaking truth. All right. So I ain't saying I'm out here in the streets thugging it, and that's the reason I'm in jail selling dope like a lot of brothers I know around here or whatever, gang banging, all that crap. I ain't doing none of that. I done went to these wars, and that my child all I got, for real on the earth, and except my brothers, that's the only family, I have of my own, I ain't no wife is what I'm saying. I just got a daughter. All right. And I'm very serious about that. All right. So they done locked me up, man. But first and foremost, let me testify. I had a spirit upon me. All right, immediately. I was very, very, very traumatized when I heard that police officer say that. You couldn't imagine so many things went through my head running. All right. I ain't trying to go to jail. And this was the day after so-called Thanksgiving. It's family, family. My daughter was down here. So I had to be locked up, man. And I told you I don't see my daughter enough, so all this is going through my head. But hey, Spirit of the Lord was on me. I went, and I know the Spirit of the Lord was on me because I was in the back of that police car making faces at the camera. They got cameras all in that guy, pointing at you in the back. So I'm making faces. I'm like I got a spirit on me. I ain't sad. I ain't scared. I just got a certain spirit upon me. Just know like the Lord gonna be with me. And when I got in there, I ain't finna make the story longer than it have to be. All right. You just gotta, take my word for it. If I could word this just like this, if a man could have a good time being locked up, then I had a good time being locked up. When I got there, and many times, man, when you go into these counties, it's packed to capacity. So I had to sleep on the floor in a cell with two other guys, man. But I ended up getting in the cell, by these two guys, and they was some, all of them about wicked up in there, all of them about gang banging and finna go to prison and all type of shit. Been to prison before, finna go back, and everybody in there was kind of like, kind of wild, but you know what I mean. That night, I was only in there for like, I don't know, like 2 days, but you know what I mean, that time, you know what I mean. But man, that night, it was just right before I got there, I didn't see the little guy. He was this little short, or yeah, I didn't see him. It's this little guy that supposedly had kind of like knocked this Edomite, knocked his nose off almost. They got to fighting, and I'm hearing the story like, you just missed it. They sent me, hey, you just missed it. By the time I got there at nighttime, it was nighttime. Now that so I heard some little dude got to fighting with some white dude, right before I got there. So I didn't see the little guy. I guess he was in a hole or whatever, before I got there or whatever. And shoot, man, he came back. I think, yeah, that night. All right. He came back, and it was his birthday. Man, I used to dance back in the day. We got our own little style of dancing in Georgia or whatever. They don't need to get into that. We Israel. We all got, talents and things. But I used to dance. I used to get down, I still like, try to dance for exercise and stuff today. But man, it was his birthday. He was turning 18. A little short little dude, and I seen him. And man, the guards, they came in there drunk, but they was happy. Everybody, but basically what I'm saying, this little dude, for his 18th birthday, man, he stepped and danced, flipping off the table, like doing all type of shit, to the point where like the whole pod, is, he doing his thing. And that, how it is, however y'all do it wherever you from, man, we say yeah, shit like that, man. But he was just going off basically. So basically, what I'm saying is just like, the story of our brothers being, in these situations, or the story of like the tortoise and the hare, things like that. All right. My parents, they had this wicked ass evil spirit upon them, and they tried to press freaking charges upon me for breaking this raggedy ass statue that don't nobody give who knows what could have happened to me. I could have got killed. All right, that's a possibility. It do go down in the county. All right, it's, the county sometimes be worse than prison. If you ain't heard, it ain't no joke up in there. Them young boys, be gang banging and all type of stuff. All right, so this I forgot. So the water for the spirit. Okay, so when I first got in there, okay, and I got in that cell, okay, and I was laying my mat on the floor, I turned around and it's two dudes with their arm folded, basically, asking me, where I'm from and all that. One of the dudes, all right, and this is, the water Yahweh Shema Hawashah. One of the dudes he say, I know, bro. I know, bro. I ain't seen it do a day in my life. He probably ain't seen me a day in my life, but he thought he did. You remember, like, the Lord can make you appear like somebody else, man. Hey, and we're gonna need this during Jacob's trouble. But this dude thought I was somebody else. I'm not gonna lie. They thought I was the dope man. All right, the dude, he like, yeah, dude, this dude, he was in here. Like he like when you went. Now I never did like just like a show. You know how like those sitcoms, man. Certain sitcoms, a bunch of them did that storyline of getting locked up and pretending there's somebody tough, some tough guy. But he just thought that I never did say, hey, I'm this guy, but he just thought I did. And by the time I was getting ready to tell him, hey, I'm not like this guy you think I am. Hell, they kind of like left out the cell. I guess they thought I was gonna be able to like to get them like dope in the prison or something, man. But because he thought, I was, because they come in there to press me. You know how it go in the county. If you a young so-called black man, that's how it go. They finna they gonna ask you where you from. If you ain't, if you claiming the gang, it may go down. They may attack you right then and there. Or if you a civilian, you say you not affiliated with no gang, you probably gonna have some problems too. You know what I mean? If you a young man, a young black man, and that's just how it go in that evil place, man, with all those tortured spirits, man. It's a terrible place to be. But this night, it wasn't so bad. Is the testimony, all right? So that's how it went when I first got in there. So with that being said, hey, everybody, I was cool with everybody. Wasn't no issues. No issues. And I'm telling these guys what I'm in here for. Breaking a statue. My mama, and everybody's just laughing. Because usually, they'll get on your ass about like domestic stuff. Oh, that's your mom. Because they some mama's boys. You know what I mean? A lot of our people was raised without their daddies. So they have a hatred towards their daddies in this ridiculous obsession with their mama. So any type of argument, confrontation, they liable to beat your ass if about your mama. You was arguing or you did that to your mama. It wasn't none of that. They was laughing like you know what I mean. It was great. And like I say, man, the guards let that boy step. The guard started dancing when little buddy, hit the move. He started like that dude, he danced for about like 30 minutes straight, man. And the guards joined, man. And basically what I'm saying, bro, they tried to lock me up. And I went to like a party through the spirit and power of Yahweh by Hashem Yahweh. Again, my memory kind of fuzzy in certain things. And, I'm kind of, mixing like the certain parts up. But that is like the point was that somebody tried to persecute me, okay, for something that I really didn't deserve. I mean, come on, man. We family. It's a piece of shit statue, bro. It's not like it, it's a piece of crap. It was already broken. You feel what I'm saying? It was already broken. It was over in the corner. It's not like it was even like a decoration. It was like she was using it like to prop up the gate from opening up because it was heavy, So I'm saying I don't think that warranted it. And I'm keep in mind, man, I'm already on probation. I've mentioned this is just one time I've been locked up. I got more testimonies. all right, about how the Lord protected me and things like that. This is one I'm already been locked up, and I'm already on like some real deal probation. So I ain't supposed to be getting in no type of trouble, no type of jailing, no type of dealing with the police at all, or I could go to prison. And they know this. All right, they was with me during all that crap that I've been through, and they know how much shit I'm in. So for them to have, that certain spirit upon them, all right, because we know we don't wrestle against flesh and blood, but spirits and principalities. That's what I was battling with on my parents. They had spirits upon them, and they was trying to send me to get my head chopped off. Because like I say, anything could have happened, in that county while y'all trying to lock somebody up. And guess what? The Lord sent me to a freaking party. They was in there partying, the guards. Because usually, the guard, they may be tripping, cutting off the TV. It was great. If however much, you could enjoy being locked up, man. All right. Now, when it comes to praying, man, praying without ceasing. And trust me, when you're put in these situations, you're going to perform if you're of the hopefully elect. All right. And then definitely, pressure bust pipes, man. All right. But if you are the hopefully elect, man, you're going to be able to perform. So, those situations make you be more spiritual. So, at night and, during the day that I would go in that cell, and I don't really like interacting with them niggas too much, man. I usually, anytime I'm locked up, I like to stay in my cell by myself and just think. I don't really like, sometimes you got to interact with them, but, they be so like whacked out of their mind. They hard to talk to, and, they be on all type of just ignorant shit, you know what I mean? But as far as the praying goes, all right, you talking about a spirit on a young man to pray without ceasing. Man, I was on that floor, on that mat, praying. All right, and I got the names now. All right, Yahweh Shema Shah by this time. Remember, I'm just coming into the truth, like months. All right, so but I got the names Yahweh Shema Shah. And when I tell you that I was on that mat looking up, looking at the wall, because like I said, I had to sleep on the floor on the mat, and I'm in the cell with two other niggas. But I'm praying in my mind to Yahweh Shema Shah to deliver me. Because remember, my parents, they both agreed to, well, it was my mom and my dad so weak, about that woman. I'm his only son, and he went with it. So they pressed charges on me. But man, I done called my auntie. She got a pissy ass motherfucking attitude, them pissing me off. Like I'm in there, like, and I was crying, bro. And I wasn't crying, mind you, because I'm locked up. I've been locked up before, and ain't shit happening to me. It's a party in here. I was crying on the phone when I first got in there to call my auntie. And remember, I told y'all, forgive me because I would be here and there with the story. But, I did get that, to make the phone call, and I had to call my auntie. She stay in the same city. And she would just had this pissy ass attitude, man, because it's me again. I'm getting in trouble. That was a rough couple seasons for me, man. Going to jail like that, back and forth, just for all type of crap. And of course, my family knows about this. So basically, when I'm calling my auntie, she think, oh, it's just me acting a fucking fool again. So basically, she wasn't trying to fucking, she rocking with my parents. You know how that generation do. They can do no wrong, and they gonna stick together in their generation. The older generation versus the younger generation. We can't, we can tell the truth right to their face. It could be right in their face, but they so prideful, because they got a little age on them that you can't tell them nothing. So my auntie, she wasn't going for it, like getting me out, bailing me out or nothing like that. So I had to, hit the mat and just pray. And I'm telling you, I had the spirit upon me to pray. I don't know, man. I'm not finna sit here and say I literally prayed, all day, every day that I was in there when I was on that mat. But you best believe it was a lot of me just praying in my mind. Yahweh Shema Shah, please get me out of here. 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 Please get me out. Just like that in my mind. Because sometimes the other dudes would be in there, so I wasn't going to pray out loud, Not saying I'm scared to pray, but, just, hey, in my mind, just praying. And, because, shit, man, you already know what happened, man. Man, I heard roll it up. Like the next day, I heard roll it up. And, my dad had bailed me out. But how I know my dad was full of crap, and he knew that he had did something wrong by, letting his only son that's on probation be locked up, damn near finna go to prison by breaking the doggone statute because I was telling the truth about my child and y'all got pissy about it. Man, he didn't even show his face. this nigga, and I love my daddy now, I love my daddy, and I'm just telling the truth. This nigga ain't even, because that's how I knew that they was wrong. That's how I knew they had spirits upon them. And that, but guess what? The Lord is all powerful. He put a spirit upon my dad. He controlled my dad to get his ass up and go bail me out, because he wasn't going to do it, because they was in their feelings, all right, and they had spirits upon them. But yeah, I prayed without ceasing. I was telling the truth. So basically, it's in relation to, being falsely accused. I know, breaking shit. Yeah. But the principle, like, you know what I mean? It didn't warrant them. We could have handled that differently, other than sending me, calling the damn police on me while I'm on probation. I could have went to prison, nigga. All right. So, I'm praying now that my father and my mother have forsaken me, and this is all I got. I'm in here with all these niggas. They ain't bothering me. They was cool though, man. The Lord made them cool, But I prayed and prayed and prayed. And my dad, he came. And when I get there, I'm expecting to see him, Was he there? Absolutely not. This nigga done dropped off my keys. Yeah. He ain't even wanna, get me. He dropped off my keys at you know what I mean? With the rest of my belongings, man. Cause he couldn't face me face to face. I'm a real one. I'm telling you, especially being in this truth, I'm a real one. I'm not finna play when it comes to that truth, So he know, like, I'm gonna look at you in your eye, boy, I could have died, bro. If the Lord wasn't with me, them dudes, they could have, be anything or got hurt or whatever. This is jail. It's dangerous up in there, man. What was y'all thinking? That's just, so I liken that unto just like what's gonna happen during Jacob's trouble. Some of our family members are gonna try to like turn you in when the pressure get applied, man. That's the whole point. But you know what I mean? And that's what happened. They was in their feelings. They had spirits upon them, and they tried. I'm saying I could have died, bro. You know what I mean? Anything could happen is what I'm saying. I could have been in there way longer. So that's just like, sending us to that guillotine. All right. But you gotta remember what the Lord did, man. Just like what he did for Daniel. Just like what he did for those brothers that they tried to burn up in that furnace. And when they got out, their clothes didn't even smell like smoke. You see what I'm saying? It's the same thing that the Lord did for them. That's what the Lord did for me plenty of time. This is just one testimony. You understand me? And hey, you never know what brothers go through, man. I ain't the strongest brother when it comes to teaching, but like if some of my brothers don't know that, because I ain't, like I said, I'm not the strongest. I don't show my face a lot and stuff like that, but you don't never know how strong a brother really is or what a brother really done went through. I probably done went through more shit than half of them brothers at the camp, when it comes to like being persecuted and stuff like that. They don't know that, but I mean, that's a whole nother, story, man, a whole nother situation or whatever. But man, the Lord delivered me, all right, from that. Is the whole point of this story, this long story, but it's just through the Spirit, man. All right. And not only, did the Lord deliver me when I was, incarcerated, in just those few days, he made it very, very tolerable for me. It's usually, it can be hell up in there, no matter if you, man, if you not, the Lord not with you, you can go in there for one day and be put to death, man, in the county. Man, there's been guns, in counties, man. It's shanks galore in counties, man. It goes down in the county. Make no mistake about it. But the Lord, it was like a party. It was like a party. I'm talking about everybody was in there lit when the little dude was going off. They was dancing, jumping up, just like the club or something. Even the guards, because like I say, usually the guards be on some BS, man. The guards was in there dancing. You could tell they had them a little taste, So, hey, man, I just wanted, the Spirit was upon me to bring out that testimony. Hey, the Lord can and will deliver if it's his will, and you will not be harmed when we're faced with this adversity. And this is all in relation to what's coming. This coming persecution of the true Hebrew Israelites, the ones that truly, fear Yahweh Shema Hawashai. 2/3, they're going to get ate up regardless, but, they really want us. And Lord willing, if it's not our lot to be martyrs, if it's our lot to be a martyr, just like, we have no idea. They say that the issues of death belong to Yahweh. All right. But Hashem Yahushua. So when they try to put us to death, if it's our lot, hey, we know what we believe. Like, it won't hurt. You know, it won't hurt. You know, the Lord, he could take your spirit right before, you know, you feel any pain. You might not feel any pain. The Lord just wanted you to show forth that faith and keep your integrity and call upon him, even though you'll be a martyr. Or, all right, the Lord, he gonna do miracles. All right. It's gonna be either way. But either way, we'll get the victory by keeping that faith. All right, because we will be faced with these moments. For me, I look at it as training for whatever I'm about to go through, you know, with my life. You know, if I got to be a martyr, or, you know, if the Lord going to bless me, you know, with that Mowapathium miracles, you know, other brothers, you know, because they're going to come, and they're going to come real crazy like, man. You know, but that's why the Lord have took us through these trials and tribulations to train us to glorify him in this day of our adversity. It all goes back to Yahweh Shema Hawashah, glorifying the Father and the Son. He's training us up to glorify him. And guess what? Once we glorify him and show forth our integrity, he gonna glorify us. All right. That's the goal. All right, that is what, you know, that is what this thing is all about, man. Call lawyer, how about Shema Shah? Because I'm starting to get passionate, because I'm remembering just how much, you know, how intense it was, like the whole situation. Like, it's way deeper than this story. Like, the stuff that was going on with my parents and my daughter, me going, these women getting me locked up, all type of stuff, man. You know, but I can testify the Lord, you know, didn't forsake me. He was there. He heard my prayers, and he protected me, because I didn't do nothing wrong, for real. Yeah, I broke that shit, of course, but there wasn't nothing to be locking your child up by. No breaking no raggedy statue is the whole point. Try to lock somebody up, send somebody to prison because you wrong, because y'all doing wrong. And my daughter, and the Lord put a spirit on my daughter to call it out, and it was called out. We addressed it, and I got the victory. We got the victory. Another victory for the servants of Yahweh by Hashem Yahushua. And again, man, maybe the spirit will be upon me to you know, do more stories and testify. Because I mean, I've done these before, but they probably like, you know, I don't know if people like be scrolling down people YouTube pages and stuff. You know, if some brother, you know, might not want to do that, but so the spirit have us, you know, redo some lessons and things. So maybe I'll do that. But hey, man, the Lord was there for me is the whole point of all what I just said. The Lord is real, and he will protect you. Okay, he will protect you while you're in these situations, in the belly of a whale, in a furnace, in a lion's den, facing a giant, facing a freaking ocean, a sea. All right, all these things, right? An enemy, all right, an army. These things were written for our understanding, and you're hearing my voice for a reason, all right? Because you're gonna need it. You're gonna need to utilize that faith. You gotta know the names of Yahweh Shai, and be able to call upon them names, even like if it's in your mind. It works. Brothers, you know, testify to sleep paralysis and how you can't move, and how every brother had the same result. That's in the truth. We had to, in our mind, call upon Yahweh Shema Hawashah, you know, or in our mind, rebuke those demons in the name Yahweh Shah. You know, for every brother that have experienced sleep paralysis, we know that to be a demon, you know, upon you. You can't move. Sometimes you be wide freaking awake and can't move. Some scary stuff, man. But another, you know, it shows you that the names are real, that the Lord is real. He exists, and he's all powerful. And if you on the right hand side of the Lord, there's nothing that these idiots can do. Love my parents, by the way. Don't get it twisted. You know, we love our family, we love our nation, but sometimes they get, you know, they have spirits upon them. We know that, hey, this is a spiritual war, and my parents, they still do. You know what I mean? It's just I have obtained wisdom now, a little bit more wisdom, so I know how to deal with them. I don't bring up nothing. You know, like my dad was over here helping me in my house, and he, you know, briefly mentioned, because I've prophesied to my dad. Of course, he, you know, rejected it. You know what I mean? It is what it is. I mean, you know, he was talking about Israel. I ain't say nothing. And I was just like, yep. Yeah, I'm like, yeah, man, it's a mess, yeah. But I ain't finna get into that, you know, unless the spirit, you know, compels me, cause I don't, you know, and I already did that through the spirit, man. So I just know how to deal with my parents now, and I thank the Lord for giving me, you know, wisdom because I love my parents, man, whether they be of the elect or 2/3, man, I still just deal decently with them, ain't no need us to, shoot, because all that stuff, then it made them weaker, all right, and it made me stronger, so that's all that matters. The hopeful elect, we believe in the name Yahweh Shai. All right, my parents don't. All right, they believe in God and Jesus. Okay, but they're not hearkening to the prophets. So it is what it is, man. I'm not giving up my crown just to be with my family. You know what I mean? I leave them all right here, including my daughter. If she ain't, if she be, chosen to be wicked, it is what it is. Let me bring out these few precepts, though, man, and it'll be it. Acts 12, verse 6, and concerning Peter and his incarceration. And when Herod would have brought him forth the same night, Peter was sleeping between two soldiers. So not only he locked down, man, they got two guards by Peter, all right, bound with two chains, and he chained up. All right, and the keepers before the door keep the prison. So there's guards everywhere, and he's shackled up. All right, and behold, the angel of the Lord came upon him, and a light shined in the prison, and he smote Peter on the side and raised him up, saying, "Arise up quickly." And his chains fell off from his hands. There it is, man. Remember, all these things were written for our learning, man. We gotta remember how the Lord get down, because we are gonna be faced with persecution for the name Yahweh Bahashem Yahweh Shai, and not worshiping this beast system by taking that mark of the beast, man. All right, I bring out this in 1 Corinthians chapter 10, verse 13. Hey, there have no temptation taken you but such as is common to man, but Yahweh is faithful, who will not suffer you to be tempted above that ye are able, but with the temptation also make a way to escape, that ye may be able to bear it. So the Lord, all those stories that we've heard in the Bible, the Lord tempted those brothers to, forsake him. Job, right? All this, the hell he brought upon Job, he was tempting him to see, his integrity. That's all it is. It's going to be a test of our integrity. It's going to be a test of what we claiming. We claiming out, we Jake big on false claim. I know I am. I'm big on people like saying they is something or they did something and they not. Especially like going into the so-called Christians. All that false claiming. All right, but the Lord made a way, all right, for those brothers, including myself, to escape. I escaped going to prison. I escaped getting my ass beat by them gang members, for not being a gangbanger. I come from a gang environment, and all this stuff. You know how they go. And another, see, I'm forgetting all this stuff. Another reason why I feel like the Lord, praying, being that I was not really doing nothing to be put up in jail, the freaking food, man. They serve pork, and you know what I mean, man. I just came into the truth, and guess what I did with those pork patties? Hungry than a mug. You understand me? Hungry than a mug. But that was my integrity, that the Lord blessed me with a strong spirit to be freaking hungry and have to give away my meat portion because it was freaking abominable. Yeah, I forgot about that. That was also going on. They serving pork, for breakfast, probably, dinner sometimes. And I would give it away, man. I would give it away and go hungry, man, or hungrier. But, the Lord gonna feed you and stuff like that. Don't worry about it. All right. And, because I showed forth that integrity and I didn't forsake him and I didn't get, super spooked. All right. To the point where I forgot how to pray and I didn't believe, all right, that I was going to be delivered. I believed that I was in the right and I told the truth, and I believed that the Lord was going to deliver me, and I prayed without ceasing, and I gave away that pork, man, and the Lord delivered me, man. So, there it is, man. The Lord will make a way for you to escape. And remember, man, this is going to manifest like this earth has never seen before, man. Hey, man, ain't no telling how many brothers the Lord might give spiritual power, man. It might just be spiritual power just going up everywhere, during that day, man. All right, but that's what we hope. We all, who we kidding? Like, we're not a man. Listen to me. We're not in the business of lying when it comes to the spirit. So I don't think any brother could honestly say that he wants to die, perish, be put to, put to sleep. Every brother desires the Lord to bless him with a way to escape via spiritual power. We all want to experience that. We all want to see it. We would rather that happen, but we know the Lord is not a man that he shall lie. Some of us are gonna have to be martyrs, man. It is what it is. But remember, it don't mean it'll hurt though. Hey, just keep that integrity and remember that you got to trust in the Lord. Speaking to myself first and foremost, man. I've been in some pretty sticky situations, man. But nothing like what we finna go through. Like, I ain't never had my head in no guillotine or been in front of no firing squad or no gas chamber or hung in this life. So, Lord willing, hey, I keep my integrity, man, and I ain't just here talking a good game. Lord willing, I be one of the brothers, just like you brothers, that keep that integrity and glorify Yahweh by Hashem and Yahushua, man. And remember, it's just a test, man. We made it this far. We've been calling upon the names of the Lord now more than ever. Every day. How many times do we say Yahweh and Yahushua every day? All right. We trained up in this, man. A 2/3 of the nation of Israel, they through. They have no training. All right. They're not ready for this. They're not built up, man. They're not ready. All right. Trust, and it's gonna manifest, and you'll see it. Your own family. All right. They're not gonna be strong enough to endure it. And unfortunately for them, it's gonna lead a lot of them to bow down and take the help that the enemy is going to hand out, the goodies and the treats and the provisions that the enemy is going to provide. They're not going to have faith, to believe that the Lord is going to provide for them because they're a bunch of false claimers. All right. So with that, I'll leave it. I want to give all praises, honor, glory, and fear to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai. Till next time, Shalom.